My mission locally is just to serve a population that I love. I love seeing Manhattan grow. Manage expectations.
Sure.
Don't overpromise.
So you're saying you can't make me look 18 again?
Well, I think it's awesome what you're doing. I'm serious. Kyle, you need to know how special doing something like this is for the whole entire Manhattan community in Flint. And then you're taking care of your biggest organ, which is your skin. Kind of like a physical, emotional, mental, spiritual experience. Hopefully they leave feeling whole.
What's going on, everybody? Kyle Powers here, Haven Real Estate Group at eXp Realty, here with another episode of Local Legends of the Flint Hills, where business meets community. I've got a very special guest with me, 𝐾𝐨𝐧'Jo Nelson here with �GLO Aesthetics and Boutique. 𝐾𝐨𝐧, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. So let's kind of get right into it. So tell us the story behind �GLO Aesthetics and what inspired you to really start this business.
Well, that could be a long-winded question, and anybody knowing me knows that I'm a little bit long-winded.
Sure.
But relationships are really, really important to me. This community is the community I grew up in, so I'm a hometown girl.
Yeah.
I was in radio for 10 years. I did sales at Metal Arc Hills and then some other communities around. And through all of that time, I developed more and more relationships. K-State, I was a musical theater major and got my degree in that. And it just, I like connecting with people. So that was one part of it. The second part was, I have a bit of an entrepreneurial spirit that can be good and it can get you a little bit. Yeah. And so I really wanted to do my own thing and dip my toe in the water. Keep it small, intimate, but really focus on the relationships that I've built throughout my almost 45 years in Manhattan. So that was the initial reason. I went to school in Wichita for my aesthetics degree at Eric Fisher Academy, and then I knew to come back to Manhattan because it hadn't quite hit yet. So now it's here. So it's been fun. There's several awesome places all over. So it's been exciting to see the growth in skincare.
No, and that actually leads into my next question too. So what has been, since starting your �GLO Aesthetics, what has been your mission here with local, and what's been your mission with �GLO Aesthetics?
Good question. So my mission locally is just to serve a population that I love. I love seeing Manhattan grow. It's insane how much it's grown, downtown Manhattan too. So being a part of that community has been a huge desire for me. But the other part of my mission really, truly is working in long-term care and retirement, you learn a lot about how people want to feel seen and heard. And physical touch is also a big thing. So just saying hi, or saying hi Kyle, or just being seen in a community like that means so much to some people.
Sure.
Having them come in these doors, I just want to build on that, develop those relationships, and then utilize my knowledge in skincare and all the practices and modalities that we use to also build trust in that area as well. So honestly, trust, a warm, caring environment, and relational, very much relational as much as it is educational. So overall, that's my mission, is to love on people and listen, and also just share and help them feel seen and heard and beautiful.
And I love that. I love that. So, and I'd be remiss for not asking this question now anyway, because I was going to wait till later, but I'm going to ask it now. So what I can feel you getting there. What has been your why as to why you're doing what you're doing? Obviously that plays into mission a little bit too, but there's a little bit story there. I can see it almost at the top there. So what is your why for doing Glow Aesthetics? Why did you start this?
I feel like being in sales for so long, people have stories. People are passionate about their businesses, and they're also passionate about their families. Just everybody has a story. And my why, again, is to help people be seen and heard. But in this industry in particular, I chose it because women and men don't stop caring about how they look at any age. A 90-year-old, a 100-year-old woman still cares about how they dress, how their makeup looks. Also, just not rewinding the clock, but pushing pause. We get insecure as we get older.
Yeah.
And so on top of the piece where we care and want to invest in them, I really feel like it's important for somebody to walk out on the street knowing after they've been here that they feel confident, that they know who they are, that they can be reassured in that. And every heart is important. Heart is really important. So if you feed the heart and then you're taking care of your biggest organ, which is your skin, and keeping that healthy, it's kind of like a physical, emotional, mental, spiritual experience, and also a five senses experience, the way we serve people, where hopefully they leave feeling whole. And as a person who has worked in lots of industries, you know when you get lost in the shuffle a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to feel like a number here.
Sure.
I want them to feel so special, because everybody deserves to feel special. So that's my why, so I can tie the relational piece in with what do you like about your skin? What would you like to improve? Where would you like to go with this? And then watching them leave and just be like, that's a feeling not many of us have these days. So to be able to give that, that's a gift. And it's more, almost, I feel like it's more of a gift for me because I love to serve and make people happy and feel good about themselves in all the ways. So that's my why.
Yeah. No, I love it. And it shows. I mean, honestly, it shows. You can see just watching you talk. I mean, it feels like you're close to tears kind of thing. And I love it. There's a lot of emotion there. So that's fantastic.
I was gonna say, I often get told I'm like a therapist. I'm like, oh boy. Yeah. But it really is true. People need to talk to somebody, and if they may not be going to a professional, and I'm definitely not professional, but I can hear and listen and share and go back and forth. And I think people just need to cry sometimes. Yeah. We get a lot of crying. We get a lot of laughter. I am the world's loudest esthetician. But again, it just goes back to emotional the healing and connection in all ways.
Sure. No, I love it. So at Glow Aesthetics, you guys have a laundry list of things that you guys do, right, for skincare and everything else with all that. So kind of cover for us what you guys offer here at Glow Aesthetics.
Well, there's quite a few services that we offer. I would start by saying we're here for teaching people and educating people how to keep their skin clean. Educating teens against acne, sure, those types of things, aging. But also, I would say that there's the corrective piece. So there's clean skin, which is important, and then there's corrective skincare. And those are, that typically is what I focus on. So hydrofacial is one where we go in and we push in all the good stuff and we suck out all the, and you would not believe, I know, you would not believe what's in there. And so while we're doing that, we're educating people and going, okay, this is why your little jar of stuff has all of this in here. And so that gives them a baseline. And then if people come in that have scars, if they have hyperpigmentation, lots of dark spots, sunspots, even some like sagging, like you lose that elasticity as you get older. Stretch marks, I can fix those things with another modality that we use called ProCell, which is a microchanneling experience using stem cells that just after a series of treatments really lifts and helps get rid of those things. But it's not just for your face, it's for your whole body. Cool. So yeah, anything that's like that. But then we also do body waxing. We do lash lifts and tints. We do lash extensions, regular facials, hand and foot treatments. I mean, we have quite a large list, and we're looking at adding a few more things down the road. So I'm excited about that. So, and then we also have our infrared sauna therapy that is so good to detoxify and just really, honestly, replenish some of your, like especially in the winter, that sad stuff that that you can get. I get that. Kind of boost your mental health as well and help your skin with that too. So that's another reason I chose that. So we've got, you would think I'd know how to hold the mic by now. But we've got a lot of things that we offer. Yeah.
So when somebody comes in and looking at this stuff with everything that you offer, how do you decide or determine what is the best for that particular person with your consultation and everything else that comes with that?
So typically when somebody comes in, depending on their goals, we sit down and we have about a 15 minutes to half hour conversation. And during that time, my goal is really, it's not to sit here and push things on you. That is not what I'm here for. Although, I mean, I can tell you about a great skincare line, but my goal is to go, okay, hearing what you're saying, how can I best help you? So, talking about what their skincare routine is. And sometimes people are embarrassed to tell me. I was like, don't be embarrassed. It's okay. I didn't know anything till I was 37 years old. So, and then just, what are their sensitivities? Do they take any medicine that would affect their skin? Dietary is huge, gut health. Yeah. So we go through all of these questions, we've determined their goals, and then I will say, all right, let me get you in there and fill your skin, maybe do one treatment, and then we can kind of shop some ideas from there. But we also talk about them out here as well. But it's just a nice, relaxing place to sit and talk and have a cup of coffee or even a glass of wine and just figure it all out. And it's really important that we deliver the results. I truly believe manage expectations. Don't overpromise. Deliver well. If you don't feel like you can do something well, there may be a place that can, and we will refer you to them. It's important to support other businesses in the community as well. So. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So you're saying you can't make me look 18 again?
Well, you're not that far off. Yeah. You look pretty good.
Well, and I think that's big, a big piece of what you do here, right? I think with your education, right? I wanted to have you talk a little bit about how you educate your people that come in here, your clients that come in here, in the education piece of what it is for skincare, whether it be learning how to keep clean skin, learning how to, whatever that looks like, right? And how to do this stuff at home. So talk to us about your piece of education on what you give to your clients.
Okay, so a lot of times when they're first sitting here, I'll go, tell me what you like about your skin, because that's really important to say. You need to say good things about yourself. And then I go into, all right, what would you like to improve? So once I do that, then we start honing in. And a lot of times they'll be like, can I touch your face? So, you always want to ask that first. No. And they're always like, oh, yeah. So then I'll just kind of go like that and I'll go, Okay. So I can tell from there kind of a little bit where they're at. Yeah. So, for example, acne is a big one, or blackheads or pores. So the common misconception is that you want to just dry it out loud and call it good. So then I explain to our guests and our teens, okay, no. We want to go back in there and we want to reverse this. Sure. And let me tell you what actually helps that. And then I get them into the room and I walk them through each step of the process the first time. Sure. So that they know. And then I talk to them about, hey, this is, okay, 20% is really what I do here. 80% is what you do at home. Yeah. It's so important, your at-home routine. So if you're not keeping up on that, then what I do here is great, but it's not going to give you that results-driven outcome that you're looking for. So truly, it's certainly not lecturing. Everybody has a different style of what they want to use, but I will bring them out here. If you're a first-time client, I give you some samples to try, because sometimes it's better to try those samples before you invest, because I always say date your makeup, marry your skincare. I put on a little bit of eyeliner today, but I mean, I don't wear makeup at all anymore. Yeah. And I'd rather invest in that skincare piece, because again, your whole body, skin is a huge deal, and your biggest organ. So just helping that and teaching young girls and guys, please clean out the inside of your hats, alcohol them each time, alcohol your football helmets, please. It's you don't want to get all that stuff on your skin. So all the whole gamut.
So we've talked a lot about what you have as far as community involvement and downtown Manhattan and getting involved in the events and the things that all happen down here, and then also your sense of community that you build with your clientele and that. So I want you to kind of expand for us a little bit about what that looks like and what that means for you.
Well, my goal for most of my life, truly, since I graduated college, is to be downtown. It's something that I love as a kid. I remember coming down here and playing the games and doing the little festivals, and to see it bounce back so much has been awesome. I have good friends all up and down the street that own businesses, who've been very supportive. I wanted to be a part of that. I really did. And so it was important for me to be on points because of the support that they have shown me. And now I get to share in that. So events like Mother's Day, where I share that with Boutique and Furnish, or when we do Downtown Holiday Open House, which is a big, huge deal. So enjoy those. It's coming up November 10th. Yeah. Supporting races like Pink Up the Pace, breast cancer awareness, that runs in my family, is important. And then as you have your clientele come in, you learn so much. I have so many either business owners or people that have special skills. And so as people invest in you, you want to invest in them too. Sure. So it's building that type of community involvement as well, and expanding on that. Supporting local. Yeah. Honestly, of course, I'm part of the chamber and proud of that as well. So doing whatever I can to continue to serve the community, but enjoy it and expand on those relationships as well. So. Mm-hmm.
Well, and I think that's one of the beauties of Manhattan itself is that of how much we as a community support local business and support local people and support, people that have grown up here, right? And so I think that's a very, very important part of what we are able to do within this community. So, all right, so I want to shift gears a little bit and kind of talk to you about what has been one of the most memorable, or maybe two, memorable moments of what you've been able to do with I want you to share an experience with us, right? What has been one of your most memorable experiences with a client, with someone here that's been, I don't want to say life-changing for yourself, but also like that fulfilling where it's like, okay, this is why I do this. So can you share that with us?
Oh gosh, there's so many reasons it makes me emotional.
Yeah.
It matters to me that people feel like they can confide in me and know that it's going to stay there. A couple of experiences. I can read somebody as soon as I walk into the room and like in here, and even if it's our first meeting, I can be like, ooh, they're going to need some extra time, or just sit and cut up. So that's where it starts. But then as you get to know somebody's story, it morphs into so much more. You hear about a guest dog dying, you send them flowers. You hear about a parent dying. Here's a really good example. I have a guest who I adore all my guests, but I got to know her. She came in, and I ended up singing at her niece's wedding, because that's my degree, is musical theater.
That's amazing.
And then her dad passed away, so I drove to Colby and sang at her dad's funeral. And then her mother just passed away, so I drove to Colby and sang at her mom's funeral. And it's because I care.
Yeah.
I care so much about each of them, and so and they care about me. It's just an all-around relationship.
Sure.
You have to, of course, respect boundaries, but I want to serve in those ways as well. So I think that would be a good example. Another good example is just being a cheerleader.
Yeah.
I have a lot of people who are just like right on the edge. I don't know. Should I step out and do this? Should I not? Should I? I'm like that all the time. Yeah. And I'm like, well, let's look at the goods and the bads, or the toughs and the not toughs. Yeah. Are you looking at this idealistically or not? Because we're all idealistic in the beginning about something we start. But hopefully encouraging them, which has happened, to start some of their own either side hustles or their own businesses, and give them my experience about what that looks like and how much more difficult it can be, but how rewarding it can be. So that's more of an abstract thing, but I have many people in mind that I could speak to according to that. So cheerleader, support, sure. Just walking alongside people.
Sure. Well, it's back to what we've talked about off camera and on camera. It's just relationships.
It's all relationships.
Building that and building those relationships with people. So, okay, so this is probably one of my favorite segments of what we go through here. So as an entrepreneur, we all run into challenges and we all run into hurdles and roadblocks and things like that. With Glow Aesthetics, what has been one of your biggest challenges in growing this business? You got another out.
I know, right? Challenges. So everybody that's a business owner has a set of expectations. And they vary, but you are formed and your ideas are formed at a young age, and when you're brought up with certain expectations and values, you tend to want to lead in that way. So adjusting to a young generation whose ethic and how they were raised is a little different has been a challenge, because I truly stick to my mission, about pouring into others. So one of my biggest and most favorite things to say is team before self. Team before self. If you can only see yourself in a situation, this might not be the best place for you.
Yeah.
So playing together as a team, and then just that work ethic.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think how to say this right. My expectations are not high, but they are ethical.
Sure.
And so not over promising and under delivering.
Sure.
And honestly, the other big challenge is it's hard to be a business owner.
Yeah.
You're not rolling in the money. You pay yourself last, and you sacrifice a lot to be able to do something that you care about, and hopefully in the end that pays off. But you have to be willing to put in way more hours than you ever expected, and it's easy to think you can do it at the beginning, but you got to be so committed when it comes down to it that, I mean, you are not going to let it beat you. You have to be very careful and have good guidance and leadership from those who have walked that path before you.
Yeah.
So big challenge to go through all that, and a lot of humility.
Yeah.
A lot of humility.
So true. Okay, so flip side of that,
Yeah.
as an entrepreneur, what has been your biggest reward?
Well, I'm going to say people.
Yeah. Knew that. No.
Yes. Developing relations within our little community here inside of 𝐸, and being able to get to know some really awesome people that have worked here or currently working here. Seeing this little space come to fruition, because I was able to come in kind of with a blank slate and redesign it.
Yeah.
We actually have a second half of this store. It doesn't look big, but it's 2,000 square feet, and we have room to grow.
Wow.
So walk before you run, and I always say crawl before you walk. So, because it's a big financial investment. Sure. So to see the growth, to see not just of guests, but of the place that you've always kind of envisioned reflecting a lot of who you are, has been a huge reward. And just seeing people go, very rewarding.
Yeah.
Very, very rewarding. And the support too has been amazing. I've had to learn how to accept help.
Yeah.
And that's a reward, but it's also, again, humility.
That's a big one for a lot of people.
Yep. You think you can do it all, but you can't. And so you learn and you grow in the process, which is a reward.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Well, okay, so that actually, you've segued very well into every question here. So what's next for 𝐸 Aesthetics? Not today.
Right. Well, we, as far as retail goes, because we do have some retail here, we're kind of switching gears a little bit. You learn as you go. You look at the data. You see what's working, what's not. So bringing in our fall stuff. I just rearranged the front, got some new, just the flow. So little things like that of feel.
Sure.
But we do have some things coming up that I'm excited about looking into, as far as we are doing some educational opportunities, birthday parties that treat young girls. So we're actually having one this weekend where
awesome.
We're teaching them how to clean their skin. Then we're teaching them how to do light makeup and go through that. So other educational classes. And then hopefully with expanding, eventually we're looking into some massage. Spray tan has been a big request. Other modalities. Aesthetics is one of those worlds that is ever changing, and you have to be really careful that you don't fall into the pitfall of the trend.
Yeah.
You have to research and decide what's going to be best for your business overall. So I would say those are the biggest things at this point as far as growth. And I truly believe in timing. And so sometimes you just have to wait until it comes to you. And then all of a sudden you're like, yes, that is it. And that's honestly how this whole business has gone, awesome. Is learning how to wait. Yeah. I'm not real good at that, but it comes to you.
Crawl the walk, right?
Crawl the walk. I mean, maybe just lay on your back for a while first. But it is. Yeah. So there is a future. It's just a little bit more skewed than maybe some places, because I really want to focus on the people and the education and the fun and the girls and the whatever comes my way I'm considering. So
sure. No, I love it. Okay, so we're about to wrap up. Okay. This is like I said, we get a lot of people that watch these videos. Obviously they want to watch for the businesses and stuff that way, but a lot of them are entrepreneurs. So final question. What has been, or let me rephrase, what is advice or anything for any entrepreneurs, anybody looking to get into aesthetics, whatever it may be, but what has been some advice that you would like to give to some of our viewers?
Make sure you truly are passionate about what you do. I've always been one that has a side hustle or two. Sure. I'm a junker. I like vintage stuff, so I always have that. I enjoy senior populations, so going and visiting and volunteering and things like that. You don't want to make those things maybe the thing that you go full bore into business too, because there can come a point where you start to not enjoy that, and you don't want to give those pieces of yourself away. So find something you're passionate about, people. That's in all areas for me. And then build on that. Find something that you enjoy and can then grow into loving more. The other advice I would give is you better be ready to buckle down. And it can get really scary sometimes financially with the, each year is a little different. This is a political year. And so that will definitely affect things. So you need to really look forward, plan appropriately, gauge your money, have a good advisor as far as somebody that's going to be an accountant and can and walk you through not overextending yourself, and also make sure you have a really supportive spouse or family, because they're going to have to understand the long hours.
Sure. Very, very true. At least when you're getting started, right?
Right. Yes.
So.
Yes.
Okay. Before we wrap up, anything else you want to add to the video?
Sure. I think it's awesome what you're doing. No, I'm serious. This is what I do. Kyle, you need to know how special doing something like this is for the whole entire Manhattan community and Flint Hills community. I'm sorry, I'm going here. This is what I do. You can be self-deprecating, but don't be. This is such a good service. It's truly a service. You're not trying to push what you do or anything. It's just out of the goodness of your heart and growing relationships. So I just want to say thank you, and thank you for pouring into us, because it is very hard to get out there. Social media is so hard. So I'm just impressed by the investment that you have made in doing this, and in small businesses and in Manhattan. And I really, really appreciate your time in doing this.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. I promise I didn't tell her to say that. But no, thank you. I do appreciate the kind words. So Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, I do appreciate you being here and watching. Kinsey, thank you so much for telling us about Glow Aesthetics and your background and what you've been able to do and grow here. So guys, if you like this video, or if you like this content, please go and hit that subscribe button. Go and hit that little bell so you get notified of any future content. And please, 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 if you know somebody who is thinking about getting in, working on their skincare or coming in or just wondering about Glow Aesthetics, please share this video. Have them come downtown on Points, 315 Points right here, down the middle of Points here. You're going to love this space. There's a lot of wonderful things here that you're going to enjoy. So come on down, reach out to Kinsey, come on and say hi to the Glow Aesthetics people here, and you definitely will not be disappointed. So I appreciate, again, thank you so much for joining me today. And you guys, until next time, this was another episode of Local Legends of the Flint Hills.